There's some pretty exciting news for the Funko Pop digital collection, so let's go ahead and get this one started. What's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time on this channel and you enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for future content. Today's video, like I said in the intro, we have some pretty exciting news for the Funko Pop digital world. So, a couple days ago on Instagram, I actually saw these two accounts share 5 listed drops that we should see this year. And out of those 5, one of them is confirmed because Drop just sent out a sneak peek email of 3 drops that we'll see in March. One of the 3 is one of the 5 on that list. So it does seem like this list is pretty accurate. And this has happened in the past where leaks happen with NFT sets. And for the most part, they were pretty on point. A few of the sets still never came out. Rick and Morty. We also had a Christmas Freddy set. We had 25th anniversary Freddy Funko set that was supposed to happen. I forgot some others. I think there was like 4 or 5 that never released, and who knows if they'll ever happen. But so far from this leak list, one of the 5 is confirmed. So let's go over this list and see what we have. The first one is Star Trek Next Generation. The next one is Dungeons and Dragons Series 2. Then we have Batman 85th Anniversary Heroes, as well as Disney Afternoon, and 2024 April Fools. So out of those 5, only one was just confirmed from Drop's recent email the other day with sneak peek look of 3 drops to expect in March. Let me just say, we have some pretty great sets coming out. But out of these 5, I don't really know much about Dungeons and Dragons, but I did enjoy the physical pops in Series 1, and I'm going to try to guess on some pops that I think might release in these sets. To be honest, though, I don't really know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, but I would love if the Freddy Funko is the gelatinous cube. That'll look really cool. I actually have both of the gelatinous cube pops in my collection. I just think they're really cool pieces, and I think it would be fantastic to have a Freddy Funko in a gelatinous cube. It could be glow or not glow, but overall, I think that would be an amazing mold for Freddy Funko in Dungeons & Dragons Series 2. I don't really want to make guesses on Legendaries or the Grail because, honestly, I have no idea. Same thing for Star Trek Next Generation. I have no idea because I don't really know anything about Star Trek, but that is one of the sets that Drop has confirmed in their email, which we'll go and take a look at that email shortly. Batman 85th Anniversary Heroes, another thing I don't really know much about. When it comes to DC, the only thing I really like is the Dark Knight trilogy. So outside of that, I really have no knowledge on it. But you know what? Batman is always popular. I just think there's way too many Batman pops already, so I don't know what they could bring out. But I'm sure they have some pretty good ideas in store for us. Now, Disney Afternoon is one that I am very excited for. I grew up in the 90s, and there was so many great shows in the Disney Afternoon collection. So, I have a little list of some pops I think would make great choices as redeemables in the set. So, this is my guesses. First up, I have Chip and Dale from the Rescue Rangers. We have no pops of those, and I think that's definitely one of the more popular Disney Afternoon shows, and I think those two would look fantastic. I don't know if they would both be legendaries or what, but I think that would be great choices as redeemables. Next up, Gargoyles is one of my all-time favorites from the Disney Afternoon shows, and I think Cold Stone would make a fantastic redeemable as well. And then I'm trying to mix things up a bit here, because I think I have like 8 different characters on this list. But let's be realistic. Most likely just 6 redeemables. So the next one I'm going to say is Crackerjack from Darkwing Duck. I think he would be really cool. But I also want to say Bonkers the Bobcat. So we don't have a pop of him. He's basically the main character from the Bonkers show. So I think it makes sense to have him as one of the redeemables as well. And then I'd also think Captain Don Carnage from Tailspin would be really cool. How many did I say? I think I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's already 6. Oops. Sorry, but you know what? Might as well. I was also going to say Fat Cat from Rescue Rangers. And then if they do a Freddy Funko. So for the Mickey and Friends set, they had no Freddy Funko. I don't know if it's because of licensing with Disney, maybe not given permission, which is weird because they've done Disney Freddy Funkos in the past. But if they do a Freddy Funko in this set, I think it would be really cool if they do like a Freddy Funko as a gargoyle. Maybe like him in stone form or something like that. It'll look really awesome, but if not, I think it'd also be cool to have him as Darkwing Duck, because they've done a couple of different Darkwing Duck pops in the past, so it makes sense. I think that would be another really cool choice. But, you know, that's what I have listed for Disney Afternoon. Now, April Fool's is another one we have some listed. And these, I pretty much went off their NFT set from the first series. And I'm just taking some guesses on what we could potentially see in Series 2. And that's Judy, which I think that would make sense as like a legendary or even a royalty pop. Then we have the Popposite Freddy, which was another one of the cards. I think that would be really fun to see. Maybe that would be a better royalty, actually. So that one was pretty much a Freddy Funko, but the head was pretty much super tiny. So I think that would be really funny to see. And then the Egg Pet. So that's 3 redeemables. The first set, I believe, also had 3 redeemables. So the 5 sets we just took a look at are not 100% guaranteed to release. However, one of the 5 is pretty much confirmed because in the last email that dropped sent out, they shared a sneak peek of 3 drops to be coming out in March. One of those 5 was part of that list. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the email says. It says, exclusive sneak peek, March drop reveal. Only email subscribers get the early scoop on what's dropping next month. So this kind of has a positive and negative side, in my personal opinion. The positive side is that it gives people excitement. Seeing what's coming out next kind of gets people guessing what redeemables might be in the sets. And the negative side for me is I see, so right now we have Space Jam coming out this week. I personally am very excited for this drop. I cannot wait to buy some packs, rip them open, hopefully complete the set because I grew up watching that movie. It's very nostalgic for me. Love Looney Tunes. Definitely one of those movies that I grew up watching as a kid. And let's not talk about Space Jam 2 though. Now, for example, seeing these sets that they revealed in this email, it's going to affect the Space Jam drop, in my opinion, because a lot of these are way more popular. And I think people are going to plan on saving money for these drops instead. So I'm hoping it still does well for Space Jam, but I definitely don't think it's going to sell out anymore. I thought it would, but now I think it might have a burn. Hopefully not too crazy of a burn, but we'll see. Almost there, so we'll find out in just a few days. Now, let's see what we have as the drops. The first one is Transformers Series 2. So I'm actually kind of surprised we saw Transformers Series 2 before, like Scooby-Doo or TMNT, which was the very first drop. So I'm kind of shocked that one did not make it as a Series 2 before Transformers. Now, Transformers is a great choice, though, because they have some really cool pops. There's so many other options they can still make. I actually have a list of potential characters we might see in Series 2. So let's take a look at what I have. I have Deathsaurus, Cyclonus, Ironhide, Ratchet, and then the Grail in Series 1 was a gold Optimus Prime, so I'm guessing we might see a gold Megatron this time. Might be completely wrong, but I think it would make sense. And then the Freddy Funko I have as Grimlock. Now it could pretty much be anyone, to be honest, because there's only 4 characters we've seen from Transformers as Freddy's. We have Megatron, Bumblebee, Optimus, and I think Soundwave. I think those are the only 4 Freddy Funkos from Transformers. So really, there's so many other options they can still do. But I'm just going to think it's Grimlock because I think that one has a pretty cool mold. And then let's see the rest of this email. Next set they shared was Star Trek The Next Generation. And that was one of the sets that was part of that leaked list. So it might give some confirmation that the other 4 are possibly coming out as well. So we'll see if it's true. As I said earlier, though, I don't know anything about Star Trek. I've never seen the movies. I don't even know if The Next Generation is a movie, a show, what it is. But the first set they did for Star Trek was all blacklight pops. And I think all those pops were actual pops that existed. They just made the NFT variants blacklight. So I don't know what we might see in this set. Maybe blacklights once again. Something completely new. Last but not least, my personal favorite from these announcements, we have Star Wars Series 1. It is finally happening. Star Wars is joining the pop digital world. I cannot wait to see what Funko and Drop have planned for us with this set. Late last year, we had our first Disney licensed drop. It was Mickey and Friends. A lot of people were not that excited with the redeemables in the set, and I can definitely agree. Could have been a lot better. However, they were all brand new molds. Who does not love the Mickey and Friends? I thought it was fun, exciting. The only downside for me personally was not having a Freddy Funko in the set. But they had a very big number of packs burned, over 50%. And the last time I checked the stats for the set, none of the legendaries have even reached 1,000 being pulled. There's not that many packs left to be ripped open. So I think it's going to be a super limited drop, probably the most limited pieces from all the drops so far. besides Steven Universe. I think that's another one that had a really big burn, and I'm curious to see what the final numbers will be for Mickey and Friends. But right now, the values are pretty low. So if you do want them in your collection, I recommend you guys get them sooner than later, because being Disney, if they're very limited pieces, I think the Minnie Mouse is looking like a $550 and under Grail, and all the legendaries maybe at like 1,100 at most. So I'm kind of curious what the prices will end up being, but definitely not the prices they're at right now. All the legendaries are like $40, the Grail is like $220, and the royalty is like $125, something like that. But anyways, let's move on. Let's continue with Star Wars. Star Wars is happening. And just like the Mickey and Friends set, it is a drop exclusive. If you guys don't know what that means, basically, same process. If you guys want to buy packs during the release, you go to digital.funko.com, buy your packs, rip them open. And if the sale ends or the packs sell out, the only way you could buy more packs or cards you wanted for your royalty set or even redeemable cards is through the drop marketplace. You will need USDC in order to make purchases on the drop marketplace, and it's not that hard to get USDC. Pretty simple process. Maybe in the future I'll explain if you guys would like, if you guys want a little breakdown on how it all works. Or you could also list some items to sell on the drop marketplace in order to get USDC to buy whatever you want. Just make sure you get your account verified on the drop website, or else you're not going to be able to do any of that. So just make sure you get that account verified, and then you can do so. If you have no access to drop, as long as you have a drop account, you can still get transferred items. So maybe check out any Facebook groups, because there's a lot of people willing to help out. But either way, I do have some pops listed for the Star Wars drop that I am thinking might be part of the set. Now, this year is the 25th anniversary for Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace, and I have a guess that all the redeemables will be part of that movie only. So I have Padawan Obi-Wan as my first guess. Then I have Queen Amidala as a second guess, which I know she has a pop already, but I feel like it is so outdated, and I don't really like the way it looks. So I definitely would love a new updated mold, and they can make it look so much better. And then I have Darth Maul, which does have several pops already, but I think they could definitely make another really cool mold based off of Phantom Menace. Then I also have Ki-Adi-Mundi, who is part of the Jedi Council. We have not seen him in pop form yet, and I think he definitely deserves to be a pop. Now, the last one, I think some of you might be finding this funny, but I think the Battle Droid would be a really cool one to see. I feel like it's one of the pops I've always wanted as a Star Wars Funko Pop, and I think some others would agree on it. So I think it would make a pretty cool redeemable with a limited number. It would definitely be one that people would like to add in their collection. It feels like a common on the shelves. I don't know if they'll do that well, but I wouldn't mind having a Battle Droid army either. Now, the Freddy Funko that I have listed here, Mickey and Friends did not have a Freddy. The royalty was just Mickey Mouse, so I don't know if they'll actually do a Freddy for this set or not. Maybe it's like a Disney agreement, no Freddys, but it's weird because they've done Disney Star Wars Freddy Funkos in the past. But I have Freddy Funko as Palpatine on this list. And if they don't do that, if they have no Freddy, I don't really know what else they could do. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other great options, but I didn't really have anything else on my list. But that's all I had for today's video. I'm very excited for what we have coming in 2024 so far from Funko and Drop, and there's definitely a lot more to come. This is only 3 months in 2024, and we have some pretty big stuff, and I'm excited to see what else we have coming with the rest of the year. Let me know in the comments below, what would you guys like to see from future drops with Funko and Drop. I cannot wait to see what's coming out next. Now, if you guys have been on this channel before, you already know I rip a lot of packs. I really enjoy the Funko NFTs. I redeem a lot when it comes to sets I'm a big fan of. There's one specific set that I've been waiting on for a long time, and is SpongeBob SquarePants. Really hoping it happens this year. I think they're hitting an anniversary this year, so maybe that's a good sign. It might happen, and I think it will. So we'll see what happens. But this year, I have a really good feeling of what's to come. So I'm excited, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you guys would like to see this year from Funko and Drop, or just in general in the future. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for taking time to watch this video. That's all I had for you guys today. Let me know what you guys like in the next videos. Thank you all for watching, and peace.